Hi Pisces, this is LostTwinTarot. My name is Colette. If you've never viewed me before, Pisces, this is going to be your weekly reading for the May the 13th through the 19th. Pisces, this is for placement, sun, moon, and rising. Just take the pieces that resonate and leave the rest. Pisces, when I was meditating on your cards, I feel like you could be doing what makes you comfortable lately. Maybe in the past or almost all the time, you usually just cater to everybody around you because that's just how you are. You definitely like to nurture and take care of everybody around you. And sometimes that includes just doing the things that you don't want to do. But I feel like currently you might not be in a state where you can do that. So I feel like you're doing things that make you more comfortable. You that could be even dressing more comfortably, being in places that make you more comfortable, living in a place more comfortable, having your house more comfortable, whatever that is for you. You just want to be, you're just in a stage where you just want to live more easy. I feel like you just want to be more easy. I feel like some of you could be having some sort of like an awakening, and I kept hearing take what needs to be taken. I kept hearing take it. Some of you could have maybe a little bit of an impulse control, maybe possibly. I feel like maybe because you don't ever get to do much for yourself, so maybe your impulse control could be maybe a little bit on overdrive. Maybe it was like spending money or something like that, or just indulging for yourself. I feel like some of you could be taking a long time to make a decision on something, like leisurely. Maybe it takes you forever to pick a vacation, or takes you forever to pick out where you want to go out to eat, or whatever it is for you. The spirit's saying you're too indecisive. Just do it. Just do it. You could be wasting so much time when you could be enjoying things. You're wasting time thinking about something, just thinking about it instead of enjoying it. I kept hearing that Pisces could be reckless and savage. I feel like once you want something or if you need to defend something, you might really need to you turn that up, which I know Pisces can be really when they turn it up, they do. You have the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Magician, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Swords. You have the King of Wands on the bottom. With the King of Swords, you have the Six of Cups. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Sun. Good. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune. With the Magician, you have the Judgment card. With the Five of Cups, you have the King of Cups. With the Four of Swords, you have the Lovers. And the Eight of Wands on the bottom. This is good, Pisces, good. And you have, I'm pulling three of these Lenormand cards. You have the Fox, number 14, selfishness, trickery, wrongness, clever, and suspicion and caution. You have Crossroads, number 22, choice, multiple, hesitation, decision, tolerance, and separation. And these could be in. And you have number 6, clouds, confusion, negativity, unclarity, doubt, worry, uncertainty. Okay. So let's look at this. You do have divine counterparts. You have the Queen of Cups and you have the King of Cups here. So you have the King of Swords and the Six of Cups. Now, the King of Swords is all about that he can represent a judge-like energy. This can represent somebody that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to. It represents Libra energy. You could have some Libra in your chart. You don't have to, though. But it represents someone who's a little bit stern. This could be somebody that is in your past, maybe. The Six of Cups represents on this deck usually children. It doesn't have to, though. The Six of Cups represents a blessing after a storm. With that Fox card, it says selfishness, trickery, wrongness, clever, and suspicion. So maybe with that King of Swords energy, you could be maybe feeling a little bit cynical, but you also have the Clouds energy, confusion, negativity, unclarity. So maybe you're feeling a little bit unsure this week. So, but don't get ahead of yourself, Pisces. Sometimes, as a Pisces moon myself, sometimes we definitely get a little bit, oh, we definitely can get a little bit ahead of ourselves when it comes to being a little bit not a little bit head in the clouds, I feel like, and a little bit lost within confusion or not in reality when it comes to not thinking the best of people around us. Sometimes we think maybe sometimes people are wronging us, maybe, or at least sometimes that's how I feel like sometimes. Next, you have the Sun and the King or the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this is definitely you. You're following your intuition. I feel like this is what I was saying about you when I was meditating on your cards. It says crossroads, multiple hesitation, decision, tolerance. And you are what I think you're trying to do. You are trying to make a decision, but you have multiple choices, and maybe you are at a crossroad. This could be a number of things. It's going to be different for all of you. But what most importantly is that you're trying to find the sun. And it could be like you're too indecisive about what you want to do. You can't decide on where you want to go for vacation. You can't figure out where you want to move. You can't figure out who you want to date. You can't, and it's so sometimes so overwhelming for you, Pisces, that it's like you shut down. And all you need to almost kind of do is just think about what is going to make you really happy. Where do you feel the most comforted? Where do you feel the most happy? And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes if you don't really know, just do it. Just see what happens. Sometimes just see what happens. If you don't know where you want to go, just try it. Just try it and see what happens because you're not going to know. And if you never try, then you'll never know, right? I know it's sometimes you're like, well, I don't want to waste my time and end up this. And it's like, but, but we will never know, right? Next, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune is a very good card with this Ten of Wands. Your your fortunes are changing, Pisces. I feel like you're going to be whatever it is that you're choosing with that Sun card next to it. You are going to be laying down some burdens. Things are going to be changing for you. You have the Crossroad card, so you're making a decision where things are going to be opening up some doors for you, where you're going to be able to change things around. And with the clouds card, you have that negativity, worry, doubt, uncertainty, which is very Pisces like. We tend to worry, we always are uncertain, and seem like we're always in a lot of confusion. With the Fox card, that trickery, wrongness, clever, suspicion, I feel like a lot of it is because we have been wronged. We have been tricked or been suspicious for good reason. I think a lot of times people take advantage of Pisces' kindness, their caring. Sometimes Pisces get the title of being gullible, and it's because we are just so kind and caring, and they get taken advantage of. Next, you have the Magician and the Judgment card. This is a really powerful combination. The Magician is all about manifestation. It's about bringing exactly what you want down, as above, so below. You've been wanting something and been manifesting something, Pisces, for a while. And now you've been looking for the signs. You've been manifesting it. You really haven't been knowing where it's been cooking it up, so to speak. And now with the Judgment card, you're having this awakening, like what I was saying. And I think you are going to have it. You're having this awakening, like, oh my gosh, now it's here. Now I know what to do. Now I know what decision to make. I feel like that's going to be coming in for you this week. Next, you have the Five of Cups with the King of Cups. The King of Cups can be your divine counterpart with that King and Queen of Cups. It doesn't have to be. If you are with somebody, maybe if you are attached with somebody harmoniously, you could have had some past disappointments with this person, and maybe you are afraid to go forward with the decision, maybe because you don't want to disappoint them, maybe because you hold yourself accountable for so much, Pisces. So you're like, well, I don't want to make a decision and disappoint them or disappoint anybody else around them. And I think that's what this could be. This Five of Cups could be. You're you're afraid that something could end up like how it did before. I also feel like if this is not a divine counterpart, but you have the King and Queen of Cups, I feel like this is almost you trying to balance your masculine and feminine energy. And you're balanced in your feminine with the Queen of Cups, but with the King of Cups, that's all about keeping your emotions controlled to the point where you can detach yourself from these past emotions, and that's where you are trying to get there. I feel like once you have this awakening, then that's where you'll be able to do that. With that confusion, negative, unclarity card, that could be where you are trying to do that. That's where you need to let things go, and that's where you're trying to balance that masculine energy. And this doesn't matter if you're a male or female, or whatever you identify as, that's what you're trying to balance that out is. This can be as well, even if you're harmoniously attached to someone as well. It can be a combination of both. Next, you have the Lovers and the Four of Swords. Now, the Lovers can represent a love relationship that you're taking a time out with. So maybe you could be going somewhere, taking a time out. And if you're not attached to anybody, this can just represent a path that you're taking some time out for. The Lovers it can represent Gemini energy. It doesn't have to, or maybe you have some Gemini in your chart. But take it how it resonates. You see this couple, they are happy, they're taking a trip, they're in a car. But either way, you could just be taking some time out, you could be taking a trip, or just taking some time off for yourself. So let's see what else we have for you Pisces for this week. What is I'm going to take that one because it's going to come out. I wasn't really done shuffling. That's the Knight of Pentacles. What do we have for the King of Swords and the Six of Cups? You have the Nine of Swords on the bottom. So that same type of worrying energy. You have two knights here. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So again, the Knight of Pentacles is that slow moving energy. And you have the Knight of Cups, that knight in shining armor. And to me, this really represents the knights represent rescue and something coming in. Now, the Knight of Cups is all about that dreamy like energy, is Pisces energy. The Knight of Pentacles represents that Virgo energy. And he is a slow moving knight. And he's slow moving for good reason. I like to consider this card with that Knight of Pentacles. He has that typical push mower. And I always consider this card is like the slow moving knight because it takes longer to push mow your yard, but it looks so much better. And there's a reason for it. So there's a reason for him push mowing his lawn, but it looks so much better. So maybe things have taken a little bit longer, Pisces, but it's going to look so much better. Things are going to be so much better in the long run. So you could be having some anxiety about these things coming in, but it's all going to be for good reason. It's all going to be for the better. Next, you have the Sun and the Queen of Cups. You have two coming out again. You have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. The Eight of Pentacles can represent work or project or something you're passionate about. She's painting that on there. And you have the Fool and you have the Five of Cups again. And this definitely says to me, you want to take a leap of faith. You want to get excited about something new. And look at her. She's running out. She's spending money, just like what I was saying about meditating on your car. She's excited. She wants to do this. But at the same time, she's disappointed. She's worried. She's so sad about what she's doing. And I think that's what you're kind of back and forth about. But really don't be. I mean, of course, you don't want to spend your life savings or your retirement or whatever have you, but I feel like Spirit is saying, enjoy yourself, Pisces. We're not getting any younger, and life is too short. Enjoy yourself while you can. If you want to take the trip, if you want to spend the money, if you want to, obviously, we all have a conscience to figure these things out, and we know right from wrong. But if you want to enjoy yourself, it always reminds me of that movie Up. Remember when like they always saved the money for their trip and they never went on it and then she died? It's like they never took the trip because always something came up. It's like they never took the trip. Why didn't they just take the trip? And it's like, of course, they always say, well, something came up, something came up. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I would have get probably just maxed out my credit card if I if I really wanted to take the trip, and everybody's probably thinking that sounds so irresponsible, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but I guess I'm a pretty irresponsible person. Next, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands, but you have the Hangman with that and the Emperor on the bottom. I think that's what, and the Hangman is Pisces energy. I think that's what you've been kind of doing, Pisces. You've been kind of just waiting around. You've been waiting around for these burdens to kind of lift. The Emperor on the bottom, that could be that you're just kind of trying to, you've been waiting to around to get control of things as well. And I think that's what is happening. You're waiting to get control of things, to get a grasp, maybe to get a grasp on reality is what I'm kind of gathering as well. And I don't mean get a grasp on reality like you're out of your mind, but just kind of get a grasp on, because it seems like things are always, I guess the world's just kind of a crazy place right now, so we never seem like we know really how to go about things. With the Judgment card and the Magician card, you have the King of Wands and you have the Three of Swords on the bottom. And the King of Wands is all about taking that action. I feel like you've had that Three of Swords, those swords in your heart for probably a really long time. And you've been wanting to manifest, you've been waiting for this call. And the King of Wands is all about taking that action. The Queen of Wands is all about that blueprint almost to the house, and the King of Wands is almost like building the house. He puts everything into action. And I feel like you've been just carrying those burdens around with that Ten of Wands. You've been carrying these swords in your heart. And now you're ready to just manifest with that Magician. You're having this calling with that Judgment, and now you're just like, okay, I'm ready to do something different. I'm tired of doing the same old, same old. I need to shake things up. I feel like you're ready to shake things up, especially with that Crossroad card. The other thing with the Crossroad card is that it says hesitation and separation. And that separation doesn't mean that you're separating from a person. That can also mean that you are separating yourself from a way of the way of things always been, or the way you're always doing things, the way how you've always seen things. Next, with the King of Cups and the Five of Cups, you have the World and you have the Two of Cups. So you have the Two of Cups, which is it's the best love card, really. So definitely if you're involved with somebody with the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups, this is the divine counterparts. With the Two of Cups, very good. And the World is all about something coming full circle, something going through that portal. This is all about achievement as well. So everything is really starting to fall into place, I feel like, Pisces. You just have to be open to it as well. And on this World card, there's like a box with files. Things are kind of have everything in order. It's like you're getting organized. And lastly, what do we have for Pisces with the Lovers and the Four of Swords? You have the Two of Cups popping out. And then you have the Tower on the bottom. And I don't feel like this is a bad tower at all. So you have the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Four of Swords. I don't feel like this is a bad tower at all. I feel like this is one of those towers. And last week when I did the readings, I feel like a lot of people got the tower. You might have gotten the tower too, I'm not sure. But I feel like a lot of people are getting the tower and they're making their own tower because everybody's like, look, I need to just change things. Everybody can see that they just want to tear down this foundation and see that they want something different. They know that they can't have things a certain way anymore. And the tower doesn't have to be a bad card. It can always be a good card. But this looks like a really good reading for you. I feel like it's definitely something that you need in your life, Pisces. You definitely need to start thinking of yourself and don't hold back. Start thinking of your happiness and definitely move forward with whatever you're holding back on. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. Until then, definitely enjoy your week, and I hope to see you at the next read. Thanks. Bye.